Simplified Talk. Concepts made easy.
What is feminism? 10 points to remember. Number 1. The term feminism can be used to describe a political, cultural, economic, or a range of social movements aimed at establishing equal rights and legal protection for women. Feminism also refers to the ideologies that aim to define and establish the political, economic, personal, and social equality of the sexes, expressed especially through organized activity on behalf of women's rights. Feminist ideology and movement has been significant in advancing and protecting the rights of diverse women and girls. Number 2. Feminist movements have campaigned and continue to campaign for women's rights, including the right to vote, hold public office, work, earn equal pay, own property, receive education, enter contracts, have equal rights within marriage, and maternity leave. Feminists have also worked to protect women and girls from rape, sexual harassment, and domestic violence. Feminist political activists campaign in areas such as reproductive rights, domestic violence, fairness, social justice, and workplace issues such as family medical leave, equal pay, and sexual harassment and discrimination. Number 3. The history of modern feminism can be divided into 4 waves. The first feminist wave was in the 19th and early 20th centuries, the second was in the 1960s and 1970s, and the third extends from the 1990s. The fourth wave began from around 2012, used social media to combat sexual harassment, violence against women and rape culture. It is best known for the Me Too movement. Number 4. The first wave refers mainly to women's suffrage movements of the 19th and early 20th centuries, mainly concerned with women's right to vote. Originally it focused on the promotion of equal contract and property rights for women, and the opposition to chattel marriage and ownership of married women and their children by their husbands. However, by the end of the 19th century, activism focused primarily on gaining political power, particularly the right of women's suffrage. American first-wave feminism is considered to have ended with the passage of the 19th Amendment to the United States Constitution, 1919, granting women the right to vote in all states. Number 5. The second wave refers to the ideas and actions associated with the women's liberation movement beginning in the 1960s, which campaigned for legal and social rights for women. Second wave was largely concerned with other issues of equality, such as ending discrimination. Second wave feminists saw women's cultural and political inequalities as inextricably linked, and encouraged women to understand aspects of their personal lives as deeply politicized, and as reflecting sexist power structures. The feminist activist and author Carol Hanisch coined the slogan "The personal is political," which became synonymous with the second wave. Number 6. Third wave feminism began in the early 1990s, arising as a response to perceived failures of the second wave. Third wave feminism seeks to challenge or avoid what it deems the second wave's essentialist definitions of femininity, which, according to them, overemphasize the experiences of upper middle class white women. Third wave feminism also became more conscious of race. Kimberly Crenshaw, a gender and critical race scholar, coined the phrase intersectionality in 1989. The term refers to how different kinds of oppression, like those based on gender and race, intersect with each other. While mainstream first and second wave feminism had largely ignored the racial disparities within gender, the third wave paid more attention to it. Number 7. Fourth wave feminism is defined by technology and is characterized particularly by the use of various social media platforms and blogs to challenge misogyny and further gender equality. Issues that fourth wave feminists focus on include street and workplace harassment, campus sexual assault and rape culture. Scandals involving the harassment, abuse, and murder of women and girls have galvanized the movement. Trans rights are a big part of the conversation too. Feminism has often been an unwelcoming and hostile place for trans women and others who reject the gender binary. Many fourth wave feminists are working to combat this exclusion. Number 8. Feminist theory emerged from these feminist movements. It is manifest in a variety of disciplines, such as feminist geography, feminist history and feminist literary criticism. Feminist theory is an extension of feminism into theoretical or philosophical fields. It aims to understand gender inequality and focuses on gender politics, power relations and sexuality. Much of feminist theory focuses on the promotion of women's rights and interests. Themes explored in feminist theory include discrimination, stereotyping, objectification, especially sexual objectification, oppression, and patriarchy. Feminist theorists have developed theories in a variety of disciplines in order to respond to issues concerning gender. Number 9. Numerous feminist movements and ideologies have developed over the years and represent different viewpoints and aims. These movements often overlap, and some feminists identify themselves with several types of feminist thought. Traditionally, feminism is often divided into three main traditions, usually called liberal, radical, and socialist Marxist feminism, sometimes known as the Big Three schools of feminist thought. Since the late 20th century, a variety of newer forms of feminisms have also emerged. Number 10. To sum it up, feminism, the belief in social, economic, and political equality of the sexes. Although largely originating in the West, it is manifested worldwide and is represented by various institutions committed to activity on behalf of women's rights and interests. Feminism is credited with achieving women's suffrage, gender-neutral language, reproductive rights for women, including access to contraceptives and abortion, and the right to enter into contracts and own property, and a lot more. The journey to end violence and discrimination on the basis of gender continues till today.